You like to be a mixed martial a-hole.
No way.
Oh! From the studios of Queens, New York, you are watching Not the MMA Hour with the MMA Holes. MMA-Holes. What's up, friends and family? That's right, friends and family, what's going on? The MMA-Holes are here, the MMA-Holes are live again, and you are watching Not the MMA Hour. That's right. Not the MMA Hour. That's right. In case you got confused, this is not the MMA Hour, nor is it the MMA Hour pre-show, and it has nothing to do with the MMA Hour, of course, right? Because we're the MMA-Holes. And, there was some confusion. People were thinking that this is the MMA Hour because I look a lot like Ariel Helwani.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We've been doing weekly shows every Monday, and we've been doing a pre-show to the MMA Hour. We've been dropping in the description down below, which I have right now, a link to the MMA Hour. Check this out. Here we go. There it is. It has the guest list. It has the link to the MMA Hour. But there was a little bit of problems. They didn't like what we were doing with our thumbnail and this and that, even though it said the MMA Hour pre-show. They didn't like it. So there was a copyright strike and blah, 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 blah. So what we're doing now is a show called High Pitch Eric? No. Conor McGregor? No. Not the MMA Hour. That's what it's called. Not the MMA Hour. So that's it. Every week from this point, from here on in, we'll be doing this. Not the MMA Hour. Okay? So that's how this is going to work. We're still going to do the same shit when it comes to this. We're going to discuss what's going on Ariel Helwani's show. Because this is not Ariel Helwani's show. This is the MMA-Holes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Right, Luke?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So here we go. There is a swole, sexy guest list over here on the MMA Hour that we will be talking about, discussing. We will be taking phone calls. We will be doing all that jive. We'll be having a lot of fun. We'll be discussing UFC 214, some news, and a whole bunch more stuff. We'll be going on for an actual hour. That's right. But we're not. We're not. Let me get this straight, okay? We are not the MMA Hour, okay? We're not the MMA Hour. And that is not Ariel Helwani, okay? That's not him. So I just don't want any confusion over there because, God, I mean, there's some angry people. There's a lot of angry people. You look at our previous videos, you look in the comment section, angry people. Mystic Moss is so mean. Mystic Moss is stealing from his viewers and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I don't know what's going on with some of these people, but someone needs to get a life. They really need to get a life because this is a swole, sexy show that we got going on here. And that's all that matters, right, Luke?
Wonderful.
That's right. Now, if you look inside this tip jar over here, we start the show with 29 there. So that can only mean one thing. 10 more likes. And where is he? The diaper. There he is. Go.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got
10 more likes.
Look at him go. He's fast today.
10 more likes.
Fuck you. 5.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
All right. The dislikes are dying of AIDS as usual. And his 5 dislikes and his 29 likes to start this show. Respect to the MMA-Holes. 34 watching right now. And this is how we're going to do this. If you are new to this show, if you just jumped aboard during last Saturday's Fight Buddies, UFC 214, hit me with the ones in the chat if you are new to the show. If not, well, let's just say hello to the normal, the regular, the dysfunctional, the
wonderful, wonderful
MMA-Holes. And look at them all in here. Johnny Stone Bones is here. Chris, are you Canelo Alvarez's cousin? Well, yeah, I am. How did you know? Ann H, what's up? Jesus Christ, Filthy George, Jay Smooth, Jesse Bell Hill, Star Lord, Alicia Zaniga, who I think is Mexican D-side. Welcome, friend. Thomas Arnold. Look at this. Nightbot spamming as usual. And John Jones is pretty high, so that's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
MMA Swoles says Richard Silvas. Richard Silvas is there. And guys, check it out. We got 37 likes. Keep on liking this fucker, and we're going to keep on making this man dance. Make him dance. Make him dance. Diaper John dances. Yada-da. Fuck you, dislikes.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die.
Of AIDS. That's right. 39 watching this swole sexy show on a Monday morning. I guess I could take this off the screen now. It says UFC 214. Let's take this off, right? I mean, we've been there, done that. Guys in the chat, people that didn't see our Fight Buddies on Saturday, and people that did see the Fight Buddies on Saturday, now that it's sunk into your head, I want you to give me a rating for it, okay? Out of 10, I want you to give me a rating. I said on Saturday I give it an 8. Now that it's soaked into my brain, into my noggin, into my noodle, I want to know what you guys think. I'm going to tell you what I think after it's soaked in. I'm still giving it an 8. Even though there was an AIDS fight on the card, I'm still going to give it an 8. Let's check out the card over here, and here it is. UFC 214 was probably one of the biggest cards, anticipated cards of this year, 2017. And Richard Silva says,
Hanging with the boys.
that's right. He's hanging with the boys. Look, it automatically goes on to AIDS fight, Woodley versus Maya, which was god awful, absolutely awful. But I don't know. I mean, all in all, I think it was a pretty goddamn good card. I really do. Mano of Ozdemir, god damn, that was fast. This one here, all right, maybe they got the decision wrong. I don't know, but it still was an enjoyable fight. Cyborg doing her thing, taking a couple of rounds, and then boom, see you later, Tanya. Shit. And then this fight was it was too much, man. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Even though I'm a DC fan, there's a lot of things that come out of that fight. King Your Mother's Ring says 8. Johnny Stone Bone says 9. Well, you fought, so I guess that makes sense. M24 says 9. K Aura says 7. Brock YT says 8. Well, there you go. James Stuck says 1 shot, 1 spill. Fook 9, Chris, congrats. 33,000 views. Wow, says Tommy Arnold. Yes, and we did. We broke 30,000 views on our last video. I mean, guys, as much as people keep hating us, more people love us even more. We are growing a family, a community of Fooks, and we love it. And everyone else that doesn't like it can lick my balls, because we've got 10 more likes, 40 likes. Fuck the dislikes. Make the man dance. Johnny, let's do this.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die
of AIDS. All right, John, thanks for the dance moves. You are wonderful, wonderful. Look over my shoulder over here. You see the notorious one, Conor McGregor. That's a painting over there that Brady Ferguson did for us. We did a little giveaway on Saturday. We said, like the video, subscribe to the MMA-Holes, share on social media, and we are going to give away this. Check this out. This painting right over here. Mystic Mac, Conor McGregor. We are giving this painting away. That's right. If you're in the U.S. or Canada, you can get your hands on this swole picture over here of Conor McGregor. Put up your dukes, Conor says, right? So here's the deal. If you did not jump your wonderful, wonderful share, subscribe, like, it's very simple because most of you guys liked the video. Most of you guys shared the video. And most of you guys are subscribed. So it's very simple. You just drop wonderful, wonderful in there and boom, you got it. That's it. It's that simple. So if you want to get this painting, go back to our last video, UFC Fight Buddies 214. Drop a wonderful, wonderful like, subscribe, share on social media because I will check, and put wonderful, wonderful in the comment section. On Wednesday's show, I will be going live 9 p.m. Eastern time here on YouTube, not on Not the MMA Holes, on the MMA Holes for episode number 45. And I will be picking a winner that day. So that's how that works. Check it out over here in the chat. Over 2,000 subscribers. 2,232. It's pretty wonderful, wonderful. Somatic Fringe says, why do people like DC? All right. Excuse me. God damn, I have the Monday. I don't know. It's Monday. It's Monday. So, I feel like shit. Why do people like DC? Now, I call DC. Let's talk about DC pre this fight, okay? Because this fight opens up a whole can of worms. DC pre this fight, to me, was the people's champ. DC is the everyday guy. Look at the guy. I mean, seriously, look at the guy. He looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy. And he walks around all fat and sloppy, but he's an Olympic wrestler. He's never lost until John Jones came around. The guy is a specimen, but he doesn't look like a specimen. He jokes around with his friends behind the scenes. He's sarcastic, this and that. He's humble to the fans. Anytime you see him interacting with the fans, he's always there signing autographs, staying around, taking pictures. DC, to me, is a very, very likable guy. This weekend, Daniel Cormier fought John Jones for the second time. The shit talking was going, but there was something different this time around. And they asked John Jones, they said, will you guys be cordial? Will you be cordial after this fight? And John Jones was pretty much like, yeah, I will. So it seems like we have a new John Jones, but do we have a new DC? What do we have from this DC? After the fight, DC drops his arms because John Jones did his thing. So much respect to John Jones. John Jones worked the body. A lot of people aren't talking about this. John Jones worked the body. He was moving back a lot. He was countering and was working around. But because he was working that body so goddamn well, the leg went up top. Boom! Run on the side of DC's face. He did the drunk baby deer legs dance all the way to the side of the cage. Credit to John Jones for hunting him down when he smelled the blood and bounced his head off the canvas multiple times. It hurt me to see this. There was a little tear in my eyes, and I was a little sad as I was watching DC's head off the canvas. All right, enough of that. I gotta say, I'm not gonna lie. I was watching that and I was cringing the whole fucking time. And if you, even if you're not a DC fan, it was tough to watch a fucking 38-year-old man's head getting dribbled off of the freaking canvas, the mat. It was ridiculous. But John Jones did his thing, put DC away. Here's what happens after that. DC gets up and he doesn't know where the fuck he is, going cray-cray, grabbing the ref, get out of here, all pissed off about the stoppage, not knowing where the hell he is. And Joe Rogan interviews Daniel Cormier. Joe Rogan got a lot of criticism for doing that because Daniel Cormier was in the clouds. And then we got to see a picture of Daniel Cormier. Well, it wasn't, I don't know. It wasn't flattering. I'm going to look for it. But there's definitely going to be a lot of memes of this Daniel Cormier picture. Daniel Cormier crying. It was pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad. Hold on. All right, here we go. Daniel Cormier crying. Oh, for fuck's sake. Here we go. Check this out. Look at this. Now, because
Wonderful.
because of Joe Rogan, because of Joe Rogan's interview, we get this. We get this picture over here. Now, okay. I don't know if I should thank Joe Rogan or what, but here he is. This is what we get to remember from Daniel Cormier. The poor fucking guy, at the lowest point of his life, gets a microphone shoved in his face, and then we get this picture. So, I don't know. I know I went on a little bit of a rant there, but I do like DC. I still like DC. The guy was clearly out of it, and that's why we got that reaction from him. Everyone understands. Dana White understood. Everyone understood afterwards. But the big story about this is not Daniel Cormier. Okay, Daniel Cormier is done. The story with Daniel is he going to go to heavyweight? He's still going to fight. He says he's still going to fight, but is he going to go to heavyweight? The story that comes out of this is John Bones Jones. What brings me to this. Topics. Look at this chat room flying with Fooks. We've got 71 sexy people in here, and you are all wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Welcome to the show. Of all shows, the MMA-Holes, you are all welcome here. It is not the MMA Hour, so don't get confused. I know I look a lot like Ariel Helwani, but I'm not Ariel Helwani. In this chat room right here, I need you to know that I love you, all of you, each and every one of you. But I have a question for you. Should Jon Jones fight Brock Lesnar? Should Jon Jones fight Brock Lesnar? Let me know right now in the chat. Jon Jones, Brock Lesnar, let me know right now. This is going to be the story that we're going to be talking about for a while because I really think it's going to happen. I really see it happening. It kind of makes sense. It doesn't make sense because of, logic, but Brock Lesnar versus Johnny Bones Jones, it looks like it's going to fucking happen. I mean, money talks, man. That's a big, big fight. End of the year. Maybe MSG. Drop those two motherfuckers in there. I hate to say it, but I would actually like to see it. So, anyway, I see the Loaded Joe's in his Fooker. What's up, man? Loaded Joe says, glad to see you're alive again. Wonderful, wonderful. That's right. We just beat strikes over here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I don't even know why they give them to us, but yeah. King's Your Mother's Ring says yes. Tommy Arnold says yes. Fuck yeah, he should, says K Monies. Daryl Pavey says, how about Woodley's LOL lost his fight because he's a bum? We'll talk about that after this whole Jon Jones thing. It's definitely interesting. Hell yeah, Jones, gun wear him out, says Sky Eagleman. The Gentle Hawani says Somatic Fringe. Goldcap says Vulcan. Vulcan is a fucking animal. This guy is a savage, for God's sakes. Brock Lesnar is a pussy farm boy that hates taking real-life punches to the face, says Jay Smooth.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Imagine breaking down Brock Lesnar versus Jon Jones. Just so bizarre. Such a bizarre thing. I was at work. I have never called. Oh, people saying Filthy George was calling in on Saturday. We'll open up the phone shortly, so stay tuned. Kane versus Jones. Someone has to avenge for DC's loss, says Jesus Christ. That's why DC went to light heavy, because he didn't want to fight his buddy. Imagine Kane versus Jones. I just don't see Kane being back. Right? Right? This poor guy. Look at that face. All right. Form Volcon, says K-Aura. Jay Swiss says Jesus Gaethje loves taking punches to the face. He sure does. Roid Match, says K-Monies. So Dick Pills and Brock Lesnar going down. Vulcan versus Jones, says Gold Caps. Vulcan Ozdemir. Take a look at this motherfucker. This guy is a fucking freak. He really is. No one's giving this guy credit. I have to hang my hat on this one. Even though I did pick DC in the main event, I know it was against everyone else. Hey, listen. It's very simple to take the GOAT, Jon Jones. It's very simple to take that man in a pick. I mean, it's very easy. It's not easy to take a guy like Daniel Cormier in that fight, but I did. But what I want to hang my hat on is this pick right over here, Volkan Ozdemir. This guy, I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know what to say about this guy. For some reason, he just has it. There is nothing about him that just screams out, oh my God, this guy can do this. But he just fucking has it. Absolutely has it. And not only does he have it, he has it for a good 20 seconds in a fight. That's all he needs. All he needs is about fucking 20 seconds to put you to sleep. Love watching this guy. Big win for Volkan Ozdemir. And I would like to see him fight Jon Jones. Unfortunately, if you're just going to stay with the rankings, Gus 2 is the only thing to happen with Jon Jones. Gus 2 is the only thing. So that's that. Bootney's here. What's up, Bootney? DC got what was coming to him, says Filthy George with the fingers. Filthy George, you didn't feel bad during the interview, says Jesse Bell Hill. Jesus, with the Cormier interview. Listen, if you have a black heart, you didn't feel bad. I mean, I felt horrible for the guy. I really did. Actually, watching that interview with DC and watching, the worst was watching him, his face get bounced off the canvas. I felt so fucking bad for the guy. The fight meant everything to him. If Jones lost, he's still 30 years old. He's still fucking Jon Jones. You know what I'm saying? But DC losing at 38 years old, this fight meant everything to him. And it was sad. It was sad. It was very sad. Poor guy. Look at that face. Oops. Larry Brown. Who the fuck is that? Anyway. I don't know what's going on. Larry Brown Sports just intercepted my my bit. Anyway, so I think Jones versus Brock, I think it's a guarantee that's going to happen. There's just too much money for it not to happen. So I see that happening. So be prepared for not only Maymac talk, but Jones versus Brock Lesnar talk. Just be prepared for that. Okay, so the reason why I brought everyone here is this. Oh, maybe we should talk about this. Well, actually, we'll talk about it in a second since this man is the guest at the end of the MMA Hour. In the description is the link to the real MMA Hour. Because, guys, I don't want you to get confused thinking you're watching the MMA Hour and do a copyright strike, for God fucking sakes. Even though I'm sending goddamn traffic to this motherfucker's show. I'm sending traffic his fucking way. God damn it. Anyway.
MMA-Holes!
Well, look at this. Leroy's here. Everyone, Leroy is here. Leroy is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Welcome to the show, my friend. You are wonderful, wonderful. All right, what was I fucking talking about? Oh, here we go. So, all right, let's look at the guest list. Then we're going to take calls, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. All right? You guys want to have a little bit of fun today? Let's have a little bit of fun, because that's what we're here for. Fun, right? We're about fun. T-Man loves Brock. T-Man, what's up, kid? Why we here, says George. Cora LCFC. Because we are swole and sexy. That's why you were here.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. Okay, Malki Kawa, Jones and Woodley's manager. Who the fuck is calling me? Stop calling me, for God's sakes. I'm doing a show. I mean, don't they realize I'm doing a fucking show here? Stop fucking calling me. I'll call you back. All right, so Jones versus Jones Woodley's manager is the first guest. I guess because they couldn't get John Jones. They could get Tyron Woodley, but they couldn't get John Jones for this show. So the first guest is Jones and Woodley's manager. I don't care. I couldn't care less about what Jones and Woodley's manager has to say, but that is the first guest on the MMA Hour. Okay, let's go to the next guest over here. Next guest is Anthony Rumble Johnson. Okay, so now here's an interesting one over here. Anthony Wonderful Johnson is going to be on. The question is this. Do you think he's going to have an announcement, or he's just going to be just chilling there, just talking about his retirement and this and that? In the chat room right now, do you think Anthony Rumble Johnson is coming back to the UFC? Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Because why is he on the MMA Hour? Because he's going to talk about sitting at beaches or growing marijuana in his backyard? Like, why is he here? So let me know what you guys think. I don't know why he's here. Maybe he does have an announcement. Who knows? But Anthony Rumble Johnson will be on the MMA Hour as the second guest. All Day says 205 is so shallow. JJ versus Alexander needs to happen. Making Vulcan and Alexander fight is not smart. John will need an opponent lined up. So let him take them down one by one. UFC, don't fuck this up. UFC will fuck this up because we will be seeing Brock versus Jones, and we probably will be seeing Gus versus Vulcan. Hate to break it to you. Unfortunately. It's just the world we live in now. Brock has let's see. Brock has USAD to deal with. USADA, trying to say Dollar Pavey says USADA to deal with, but the UFC will get USAD under control. Okay. Kenshiro Ryu says Richard Johns win would be overturned. DC says champion. What the fuck's going on? What's going on in here? It's Monday. I think people's brains are all screwy. All Day says Rumble is too high to fight. All right, there you go. Rumble's just sitting there, just smoking on the ganj. He is there to sell some OG. Kaora. Talking about his training partners, Ozemir, says Daryl Pavey. So that's what you're saying. My asshole is bleeding, says Raul Raz.
Wonderful, wonderful.
King Your Mother's Ring says he should fight DC again. So you're saying run it back, right? Rumble it back. Utrid Babangabang says, no, he's not coming back, but he is used to train with Vulcan. Says he's a beast in his interview the other day. How about Rumble Johnson with John Jones before the fight? Old buddy with that one. No towel, says King's Your Mother Ring. So fight DC again with no towel. Weed, says M24. Filthy George says Rumble gonna solicit Ariel for edibles. All right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Jones should fight Cyborg, says Ron 420. I think Ron 420 said that on Saturday too. Zane Williams says, open your ass so I can fuck it. But don't fart like a bitch. All right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Zane Williams. Jay Smooth says he's introducing the Rumble strain. That would be cool, right? He has his own strain of weed. That would be nice. Rumble like 35 now or something. I think he's in his early 30s. Tyron SJW Woodley would lose his belt for the snooze fest. Let's talk about Tyron. I know he's the last one, but I think everyone wants to talk about Tyron. So we will. Send Tyron back to the prelims, says Jesus Christ. Imagine a prelim title fight. It's Monday, everyone. Make sure to wash your muffler. All right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Damian Maia could armbar an amputee, says Kai Sky.
Wonderful, wonderful.
DC versus Manawa. DC versus Maya. DC versus Manawa, says Danny Blythe. So if he does stay at light heavyweight, DC Manawa would be the fight that I would like to see as well. I don't know if he's going to stay at light heavy, though. I have a feeling he's going to move up. I think he's done with cutting the weight and shit like that. He might move back up. He's not going to be fighting Kane, so he's good. I should mention I'm a little tired, says T-Man. T-Man, get some rest, my friend. I'm a little tired, too. I feel like shit right now. I'm drinking a protein drink. I feel like a bag of dicks. Tyron Woodley's soul is white. Luke Thomas, rest in peace, says Kate Ora. John Jones put him to sleep. Cyborg versus Misha Tate is coming soon. That's what Jeff Roberts says. Luke Thomas versus John Jones, says Daryl Pavey. Luke, is this true?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wow, Luke agrees. Luke wants to see that. Fuck Tyron Woodley and fuck Damian Maia, says Jay Smooth. Luke got cucked by John. What do you think about the headbutt in round 1 of the DC Jones first round? I originally thought it was an eye poke because you just automatically assume when it's John Jones, it's an eye poke. But it was indeed a headbutt. I don't think it changed anything in the fight. It was pretty hard. It was not on purpose. They clashed heads. DC got a little bit of a cut over his eye. But I don't think it was anything that changed the fight. The thing that changed the fight was, I did notice this, and I was talking about Kobe. I was talking about this to Kobe, Kobe's Corner, in the description. Check down below. Good friend of the MMA-Holes. Great breakdowns. And we were discussing how Cormier was kind of finding his groove, but it just didn't work out that way. It just didn't work out for Cormier because Jones didn't get lucky, but Jones got that shot in, and that was that. It sucks. I think that would have been a 5-round war between the two guys, and unfortunately, that leg hit and ruined us. It robbed us of a 5-round fight. But the brilliant thing was John Jones working that body, man. John Jones eating up that body. Cormier just dropped the hand. And if you notice, Jackson Wink, Holly Holm did it to Betch Kohea. Leg up to the head. Same thing. Work. Arms down, bang. Right to the head. And that's what John Jones did. A fucking shin to the side of the mush of Daniel Cormier. I mean, so much credit to John Jones. Listen, I'm not the biggest John Jones fan, but as a fighter, the guy is the best ever. He's the best ever. No doubt about it. All right, chat room, let's talk about this. The best fight of this weekend. Let's talk about it. Since he is the final guest, Tyron Woodley is the final guest of the MMA Hour, okay? Let's talk about it. Will Tyron Woodley bore us in this interview too? What can Tyron Woodley say? What can he say to redeem himself? Now, I have been guilty of being very tough on Tyron Woodley. I even devoted a full show to what Tyron Woodley was doing wrong. It's pretty wild because I did this... I think I did this after Wonderboy won, if I'm not mistaken, when Tyron Woodley was doing the whole race thing and this and that. And I was saying, and this was my argument, it's not that Tyron Woodley is a bad fighter. I don't think he's a bad fighter. It's that he's fucking annoying. He's got awful. Like as a personality and as a champion, he's got awful, Tyron Woodley. Being hesitant, not pulling the trigger in three fights. 2 Wonderboy fights, and this past weekend against Maia, the same thing. Tyron Woodley 3 times did not pull the trigger. Now listen, you're as good as your opponent when you fight. I get it. I totally get it. But this is 3 fucking times. This is 3 times with the same guy. There's one same guy, it's Tyron Woodley. Yes, Wonderboy was 2 of the times. And he is to blame as well. But come on, man. Come on, Tyron. Come on. Look what you did with Robbie Lawler. Look what you did there, man, to get that belt, that hunger, that desire to grab that strap. Now that he has the strap, he's not pulling the trigger. He's not pulling the trigger. So now you got this personality that's like, oh, it's just a little cringy. And you got this champion that doesn't want to pull the trigger. You have a boss in Dana White that's just done. What is next for a guy like Tyron Woodley? What is next for him? Seriously. What do you do with this fighter? Because he's not a bad fighter. Tyron Woodley is not a bad fighter. But what do you do with this man? Seriously. Is he the next Mighty Mouse? Is he the guy that's going to be headlining fight nights with a fucking strap around his waist? Is that what we're looking at here? He's not getting the GSP fight. Dana White made it very clear he's not getting the next GSP's fight. So what's going to happen with Tyron Woodley? What is next for Tyron Woodley? Let me know in the chat what you would like to see. Here we go. Win-win, draw, win, win-win, and the last loss was to Rory McDonald, where he kind of just didn't show up for that fight, but that was 2014. So look how far he's been going. Look how far he's been doing this. So listen, Tyron Woodley is a good fighter, very well-rounded fighter, but what is next for this man? I need to know right now. In the chat, James Stuck says, TNB Diva, but who can blame them? They was Kangs. All right, what the fuck?
Wonderful.
What does that even mean? Kenshiro Ryu says, Woodley doesn't understand money fights. Go to enter signing, what? Enter signing fighters, not run and stop wrestling. Okay. All right. He's scared of getting tired, says Shane. Daryl Pavey says he's scared to lose. And that's what it is. He doesn't want to give up the strap. I totally get it. Child support disappears if you push her down a flight of abandoned stairs, says Jay Smooth.
Wonderful.
Jay Smooth. Dana White is a fucking thought, says Jesse Bell Hill. That's pretty wonderful.
Wonderful.
Sammy says Tyron fought to not lose. He didn't fight to finish the fight. He has the skills, but not pulling the trigger. 100% agree, Sammy. Oscar Pineda says the people will replace him. Donald Trump says Tyron Woodley to the Fight Pass prelims.
Wonderful.
King Your Mother's Ring says Tyron is Tyron Ninja. Okay, there you go. Fuck Tyron Woodley, says Jay Smooth. So here we go. So I think this is the perfect way to open up the phone lines. I think this is the perfect way to do it because we have a bunch of disgruntled people. So I want to talk about two things, but mainly I want to talk about Tyron Woodley. If you want to talk about John Jones as well, feel free. The phone lines, well, they're now open. 516-522-0267. Jump in, drop a line right now. What happened to my likes over here? Let's move that over. There we go. Drop in. Tyron Woodley, the chosen one. Let me know what you guys think on the phones. Let me know what you think. We are not the MMA Hour. 100 people watching, and we've got 10 more likes. MMA-Hole! John Smith is now an MMA-Hole. Welcome, John.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got
10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes.
Fuck your dislikes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
All right. Get your thoughts in right now. The phone lines are open as well. Let me know what you guys think about Tyron, the chosen one, Woodley. What is next for Tyron Woodley? I mean, it's a difficult situation for the UFC here when you have a champ that just doesn't want to pull the trigger. 516-522-0267. We have 100 watching right now. This is the MMA Hour pre-show. Well, it's not the MMA Hour pre-show. We're just hanging out before the MMA Hour starts. When it starts, jump into the description, and you could find yourself a link to the MMA Hour. Well, we'll teleport you over there. Let Robbie get his belt back. Mr. Danky, I like that. I like Robbie versus Tyron, too. I like to see that. Tyron has the same 1-2-3 combo punch as Jesus Christ. Johnny Stonebone Jones says, I'll repeat it, just like everyone else. Tyron, no pull trigger. There, now, I'm an analyst.
Wonderful.
I can't talk. It's Monday. I'm just done. The week has just begun, and I'm fucking done already. It's terrible. Daryl Pavey says, I don't blame him if he fucks up and gets tapped. He's looks like an ass. He looks like an ass. Okay. Goldcap says, where are the killers in the welterweight? We need some killers in the welterweight. Let's take a look. It's in a book. Let's go over here. All righty. I'm going to take you guys on a little adventure, a little journey to UFC.com. Pound for pound champions. Pound for pound. Pound for pound. Pound for pounds. All right. Fighter rankings. Let's look over here. Let's look at the welterweights. I do like Robbie Lawler, too. I do like that. Robbie Lawler took a little bit of a break. I kind of want to see that because you know Robbie will bring the fight. Where am I going? Where the fuck am I going? Welterweights. Okay, here we go. So Damian Maia, well, that's done. Stephen Thompson's probably going to fight George Masvidal, which would be interesting. Masvidal versus Woodley, but that's not going to happen. It looks like Stephen's getting that. I think the only thing right now is Robbie Lawler. We don't know where Carlos Condit's at, Neil Magny, well, we haven't heard from him in a little bit. He's been up, down, up, down. Every time he gets the big fight, he fucking loses, Magny. Unfortunately, he got screwed over by the judges, Magny. So, Donald Cerrone's up 1, even though he lost, which is pretty interesting. Kobe Covington, I don't know, man. Wow, we're pretty anemic at 170, if you really think about it. Check out what's going on here. I mean, Gunnar keeps on getting knocked down. Dos Anjos is up at 170 now. Maybe he can make a little bit of a run. Wow. Check out 170. God damn. Chris, will you be my dad? I will. I sure will. John Jones. DC 1982 is now an MMA hole. And DC's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Wow, look at the welterweight division. I really haven't had a chance to really look at it and just stare at it and absorb it into my fucking beautiful face. And Damian Maia, Stephen Thompson, Robbie Lawler, Masvidal, Carlos Condit. Okay, Carlos Condit, we don't even know if he's going to fight again. Robbie Lawler took a goddamn long break and barely won that fight. I mean, he got a little help from the judges. I mean, it was close. Stephen Thompson had the 2 fights already, and that didn't work out too well for him. Masvidal is moving up. He is moving up, but I mean, I don't know. This is an interesting situation. Masvidal lost to Maia. I don't know. Who would be next for Tyron Woodley? It's got to be Robbie Lawler. It's the only thing that makes fucking sense. Lawler had his 15 minutes of fame since Filthy George. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. Magny versus RDA this weekend, winner might get it. So there you go. Thomas Anthony says that. Instead of making $5 million in a GSP fight, Woodley fooked up and will only make $300,000 for his next boring title defense. You know what? He did lose that opportunity for sure. That would. By the way, guys, GSP versus Woodley would have fucking sucked. It would have sucked. You think these would have sucked? GSP Woodley would have been even worse. GSP Woodley would have sucked too. God damn it. Give me Lawler again. Bootney says Maia's boring fight for anyone. Look at his fights with Silva. So there you go. Bootney is correct. Damian Maia, and that's the thing. Damian Maia is completely content with being boring. Tyron Woodley had his moments where he's been electrifying. He's shown that Tyron Woodley can be a crazy good fighter, fun fighter to watch. Damian Maia has always been consistently boring. So it's not like, hey, remember when Damian Maia was fucking putting people to sleep and knocking everyone out? I mean, no, he's choked people out. He's finished people in submissions and stuff like that, but he's a boring fighter. He's just, that's what it is. It's not like it's a big surprise. Woodley versus Cyborg says Richard Silvas. Daryl Pavey says Diaz. Why not Diaz? Throw him in the mix, right? Spread your hairy ass cheek so I can ram my pickle into it. All right, that's good. We'll love it once I penetrate your G-spot. Well, that's very nice of you, Zane.
Wonderful.
It's very nice of you to say that. Lawler sucks is Adam Royal. Oh, man. Nick Diaz is Daryl Pavey. How about that? Is Nick Diaz ever going to fight again? I don't even know what the hell his deal is. I have no idea. He's always in trouble, and he's partying, bottle service. I think he wants to fuck his brother. It's really weird. Yes, I want Nick Diaz back so fucking bad, says Thomas Anthony. GSP would take Tyron down at will. I don't know. I mean, if Maia couldn't take him down, you got to think that, a rusty GSP might get stuffed a million times as well. GSP laying on Woodley, says Jet Hud. Yeah, it would have been that. That's what it probably would have been. Woodley and Lawler would be good. Wood would stop striking and go to wrestling, says Somatic Fringe. No, Woodley knocked Lawler the fuck out. So, I mean, you can't just say he's going to wrestle him. Pass fight aside, Dak versus Tyron could be fun. Wait, what? Tyron could? What the fuck? I don't even know all day. Rewrite that so I know what you're saying. GSP versus anybody is awful. Agreed. 1,000,000 times. Listen, GSP has a huge following, a huge fan base. No disrespect to the fans, but Jafui's here. Jafui, welcome. No disrespect to the fans of GSP, but goddamn, there's been times I wanted to take a butter knife and stick it into my socket and pop my eyeballs out rather than watch GSP fight. So, anyway. 105 watching the MMA holes, and what we're doing here is this. Check it out. If you're just jumping in. In our description, we have a link to the MMA Hour. You could teleport yourself over there, and here's the guest list. So when we're done, go say hello to Ariel for me, since they put a copyright strike on me for no fucking reason. But then we're good. We're back to live streaming, so no more complaining. All right? No more.
Wonderful.
We just beat strikes and beat bitches. Let's see. At the MMA holes, Maia just hugs fighters to win, says Jesse Bell Hill. He just wants to be loved, Jesse. Maia just wants to be loved. Yo, everybody, what's up, Steven? Andy Gerd says GSP is on a different level. For wrestling, he takes everybody down at will. DNT, matter who it is. So there you go. Andy Gerd says that. Gerd, what's up, my friends? Philly George says, where the fuck is Darth Bane? Darth Bane is MIA. Jay Smooth, I have yet to learn this escape plan. So there you go, Jesse Bell Hill. Goldcap says, Nate is Nick's sex slave. Goldcaps, I think we agree on this. 114 watching. Now, guys that are Diaz fans, Martin Guitars, or I don't know who said it before, and I 100% agree. There's something weird going on between the Diaz brothers. There's just not right that's going on with the Diaz brothers. They have some sort of weird connection beyond brothers. They're always together. They're always kind of like, oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. Smoke weed. Let's fight. I know it's weird. It's just fucking weird what's going on there. With that being said, I enjoy watching them fight. So, no hate. I don't think. Anyway.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Nightbot. Fuck the hobos, says Steven Cedillo. GSP versus McGregor, says Robin Uli. Can't see it happening. I don't see McGregor doing that. GSP, yes, I can see GSP wanting that, but I don't see McGregor wanting that. This man is basically, he's going to just carve his own path. Hopefully he comes back and fights Khabib. That'd be fucking fantastic. Nick Diaz does what he wants if he wants to fight USADA. Will go away, watch theirs trying to bug him, so he will fight for peanuts. UFC needs to pay up fighters, deserve so much more, says Daryl Pavey. You know, I mean, some guys are getting paid and some guys aren't getting paid, Daryl. It's an unfortunate thing. If you're a superstar, you're getting the bills. Jafui says, not the MMA-Holes. Put this Fook back in the basement.
Wonderful.
Oh, no. What are you trying to say?
Jafui, do you want me to put Mystic Moss back in the basement? Jafui? Do you want me to put Mystic Moss back in the basement? Jafui!
Wonderful.
All right. I'm not going back in the basement. Not anytime soon, at least. That was Mr. Anonymous. When we got our strike, he hacked my channel, started a second MMA-Holes channel, not the MMA-Holes. You could check that out. Well, you can check that out on our homepage, on our channel page. You could go right there. There's a link to their channel. You could subscribe to them for some tomfoolery. Not the MMA-Holes, but we are the MMA-Holes, and it is wonderful.
Wonderful.
Jafui. Hello, my holes. What's up, Matt, man? Is Vulcan the GOAT? I think so, Aaron. Why the fuck not, right? I love watching that guy fight. Filthy George, his head would be bouncing off the canvas in 7 seconds, says Jesse Bell Hill. Jay Smooth says, if only they could put that high energy back into a fight, says Jay Smooth. Zane Williams says, can I take a shit on your dick? And you can rub my asshole until I come, and I can fart like a bitch. Yes, sir. Yes, Zane, yes. Sounds like a piss dripping. It is. That is. I doubt it, says Adam Royal. Jesse, you make some videos or what? Or Kelly, says Jay Smooth. Kenshiro Ryu says Vox. Bought out Evil Dark Chris.
Wonderful.
Smooth, says Matt Man. Mr. Anonymous, King Your Mother's Ring. Hey, Matt Man. What's up, Salisbury? Wonderful, Jet Hud.
Wonderful.
That's right, Mr. Anonymous. Do rants with Mr. Anonymous, says Filthy George. Should I do that? Should I, when it's time to rant? Play the song and have Mr. Anonymous come up?
It's time to rant. It's time to rant. Chris is gonna rant and piss people off. It's time to rant. It's time to rant. Get ready for a rant and
Get pissed off.
If you care,
Go away. I don't want you here anyway. Chris is gonna rain. Chris is gonna rain. Fuck. Shit, fuck.
Wonderful.
That's right. If you're watching right now, we are the MMA-Holes, and there's a complete dysfunction going on here. If you are mistaking us for the MMA Hour, well, you are wrong. I'm not sure why I got a copyright strike for that, but there's nothing like the MMA Hour over here. In the description over here is the MMA Hour. All right, we're getting sidetracked over here. The phone lines are open if you'd like to call. If not, fuck you. I don't give a shit. I think they're open. I don't know. Yeah. So it's 516-522-0267 if you'd like to get your opinions in on UFC 214 or anything else that's on your mind. Anthony Johnson, okay. Rashad Evans is the next guest on the MMA Hour. Rashad Evans, what the fuck just happened here? Rashad Evans is fighting Sam Alvey, so he will be next. And we don't really give a fuck, right?
Who the fuck is that
That's right. I don't know. Who cares? Rashad Evans versus Sam Alvey. I couldn't give two fucks about that fight, to be honest with you. Smiling Sam versus Rashad. Washed up Rashad. I don't know. Frank Mir is the next guest. Okay. All right. Frank Mir. All right. You're alive with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and where you from? Welcome. You're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and where you from?
Yeah, I just got a quick question for you. I'm Tony from Chicago.
What's up, Tony?
Hey, you guys, and not just this show, but everybody hates Woodley, and I get it. He had a bad performance this weekend. John Jones was amazing, but how come no one ever holds his opponents? Like, you know, he fought Wonderboy. Wonderboy did absolutely nothing for 2 fights. Tyron almost stopped him twice in both fights, right? Okay. And then this fight, you know, it wasn't a great performance. It wasn't amazing, but how come no one holds Damian Maia to the same standard? That was garbage what he did. He literally went into a fight, and all he tried to do was take Tyron down for 5 rounds. And no one says anything about him.
Well, I think what it is people expect it from Damian Maia because that's all he's ever done. Like Tyron Woodley has had fights where he's been electrifying, knocking people out, and then he's had duds. But the problem with this is this is 3 times. This is 3 times this is happening.
Yeah.
And now people are getting frustrated. I understand what Tyron's doing. Like he did what he had to do to beat Damian Maia. So I get it. Maybe and you are a product of your opponent. A lot of fighters have said that in the past that if your opponent doesn't show up, what can you do? You know, there's not really much you can do. So give me a dance partner like Robbie Lawler again. Give him round 2 at Robbie Lawler. And let's see what happens. If that's a snooze fest too, then we know that Tyron Woodley, there's a serious problem. But you make a great point there. Anything else on your mind?
No, man, listen, that's my first time finding your show. Love your show. This is awesome. And you're right. I think he beats the brakes off Robbie Lawler again. But I get your point. We want to see good fights. Everybody does. Great show. I'm a fan. I'm even going to make a donation.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Great call. Thank you very much. All right, so there you go. Look at that. See, not all hate on the MMA-Holes. There are some good people out there. But he does make a good point. Now, I don't want to make this the dump on Tyron Woodley show. I never want to do that. You know, I don't want to just keep pushing in one direction. A lot of people are pissed off with the whole Tyron thing, and you are a product of your opponent. I'll give you one more chance, Tyron. I'll give you one more chance. Give me Robbie Lawler. Put Robbie Lawler in place there, because you know Robbie's going to bring it. You know he's going to fucking bring it. And Robbie Lawler rematch, I still think Tyron gets the win in that one as well. But who knows? Who knows? At least maybe we could get a fun fight to watch. Give me one fun fight from Tyron Woodley and everything will change. You're as good as your last fight. Just like in sports, you're as good as your last win, you're as good as your last fight. So with Tyron Woodley, I think it's going to be the same story. I think if he gets a crazy fight of the night against somebody defending that belt, then people will forget about the boring stuff. Think about it. There's so many times fighters have a boring pass and have a boom, crazy great fight, and now the next thing you know, they're the talk of the town. People are fuck me. Anyway, the phone lines are back open, 516-522-0267. Like the different point of views. I like the different looks on these situations because we could be guilty of being one-sided and dumping on people. It's good to hear other opinions on situations. Just like with John Jones in DC. I love that. There are the DC fans, there are the John Jones fans, and just butting the heads back and forth, going back and forth and debating is fantastic. I love it. I live for that stuff. Anyway, here we go. You're live with the MMA-Holes, the 6th man. What's going on, friend?
Hey, what's good, man? You mentioned Tyron Woodley, and I'm gonna tell you why I pretty much am done with Tyron Woodley, because if you look at the fights he's had, like some of the finishes he's recorded over the years, it's been the same shit. It's mainly been a counter punch that he catches somebody with that's pretty hard, and then he goes in there for the finish and for the kill, like he did against a guy like Josh Koscheck, for example. When he finished Carlos Condit, keep in mind, Carlos Condit had his knee fucked up on a takedown. All Tyron did was kick his other leg out, and the referee said, "Fuck it, he's done." Like, if you look at the way he's finished people, I can't necessarily say that anything about it. Like, he has dynamic explosiveness, athletic ability, and when he throws it all together, it looks good. But he's not like a Rumble Johnson. He's not a guy that hunts for it. He's a guy that only hunts for it if he catches somebody. So for me, I like, as far as his fights go, I can kind of see why his fighting style is what it is, because it works for him. It got him the championship. I don't blame him for that. The only fight where you could say he really hunted for it was the Lawler fight, and that was because he kind of knew Robbie Lawler was worn out from those wars, so it was easy to hunt for him when his chin was already worn down from fights with Robbie Lawler, from the Carlos Condit fight, and there was probably another fight he had with Johnny Hendricks. I think Willie just kind of knew he could run in there, he could just go ahead, bum rush him, and finish him, and that was it. Now, let's take a look at the 3 fights he recently had when he became champion. He was much more tentative. He was not somebody that was looking to take a risk, because as a champion, you want to protect your belt. It's kind of like the GSP shit. GSP did everything he could to protect his belt just by laying on people.
Mm-hmm.
Tyron Woodley is a guy who is going to counter you. He's not going to hunt for finishes, especially now that he's a champion. He's not going to hunt for it. He's going to try to be smart. Unfortunately, he faced a guy like Stephen Thompson, who is a karate guy that likes to stand back and counter people. He is a long-legged motherfucker that likes to kick and run from you. And when you look at somebody like that, who is another counter fighter, it's going to make for a bad fight. Look at his fight with Damian Maia. Only thing Maia's going to fucking do is try to take you down. So after round 3, when he couldn't get that takedown, we kind of knew where the fight was going. But to me, it was disappointing to see Woodley not go for the finish, knowing that Maia's game plan was out the window once he couldn't get the takedown. So as far as I'm concerned, Woodley has no killer instinct. He's a smart guy, but he's not going to be a guy that wants to hunt for a finish or hunt to basically take somebody out. He just wants to win.
Mm-hmm.
And shit like that makes it difficult really to watch him. Of course, I respect him as a champion, but as far as watching him fight, I'm fucking done with that. Because I already see where this is heading, especially when you're calling out people like GSP for no good fucking reason. Really, if the Lawler rematch is the best one for him, then hey, more power to him. He'll probably win that shit too. But in the end, I'm done with Woodley. The guy pretty much is at a point where he just wants to be a champion and protect himself without taking too many risks. And I get it, good for your career, but as far as a fan goes, I'm not interested in watching this shit.
Yeah, well, I think those are all good points. And the one that sticks out to me is the Carlos Condit fight. And look at the Rory McDonald fight, too. I mean, how people were like, man, oh, man, did he shit the bed in that fight? Carlos Condit was a freak. That was a freak thing that happened. It was weird to watch. And he was just celebrating like he just did the best thing ever. I mean, granted, he beat Carlos Condit, but it was just a weird way to win, and how he handled that win was bizarre. There's a lot of things with Tyron Woodley that I just feel he's doing wrong. He's got all the skills out there. Do you feel that Tyron Woodley he does clearly have that fear of gassing? Because a lot of people are saying that the reason why he's so reserved is his fear of running out of steam.
You know what? I would be inclined to agree with that, except for if you look at the Stephen Thompson fight. Let's take, I think it was either the first or the second, I want to say it's the second fight. For some reason, with closing minutes in round number 5, he starts showing that ability. He could have finished Thompson in the 5th round of their second fight. That was where they did nothing for 4 rounds, and in the 5th round, he decided to go for it.
Super chat.
Hold on one second, Jay. We got a super chat coming in over here.
Love the show, and I love that I can call in. I'm a fan. Can we chill with the racist comments, though, Peace.
Thank you, Ty Ghost Check. I appreciate the super chat right over there, making Connor fly. Listen, well, I can't control the chat room. The chat room has AIDS, so there's nothing I can do about that. But everything that's said on here is in good fun, man. We're not here to be malicious or anything like that. We basically make fun of everything. Jay could, he could speak for that too as well. Actually, Jay could speak for the chat.
I mean, I not only speak for him, I add on to it. So hey, I can't say shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. This is a cringy show, guys. I mean, if it does bother you, some of the cringy stuff, listen, we're not being malicious. It's all in good fun. There's no racism here. We make fun of everyone equally, including myself. I'm the butt of many jokes, so that's that. Anyway, with that being said, continue your point, Jay.
My whole point is, when I saw him against Stephen Thompson in that second fight, he actually did go for it. And to me, to me, if he had gassing problems, he probably would have gassed in that fight, even though he didn't do shit but dance around. Because if you're somebody that has a lot of muscle and you cut a lot of weight like that, he cuts, I believe, up to 30 pounds to make 170, you're going to have issues. Mm-hmm. So I think for him, he's probably corrected his training a bit. I just think for him, it's all mental. Yeah. I think for some reason, he just doesn't pull the trigger. He knows he's able to do it. He knows he has the gifts to do it. But to me, if you really don't have gassing issues, you should be able to take people out no problem, no matter what the round is.
Hold on a second, Jay. Hold on a second. We got another donation here.
Hey, I can see your underwear. Put your
pervert cameraman.
Holy like shit. I just don't care.
Oh,
shit. Your pubic hair. Snap a picture, time to share.
What?
Took my meat vision impaired. Filthy mind, I need a prayer. Pervert
Everybody sing along.
Beware. Pervert cameraman. Show them tits.
About fucking time we got that shit.
Fucking A.
Pervert cameraman.
Love Ariana.
Pervert cameraman. Show them breasts.
Boobies. All right, there we go. Frank Pavon says.
Nee, MMA-Holes, fuck I. Fuck Zane, lol J on the phone.
There we go. Frank Pavon with the pervert cameraman donation. Holy shit. We haven't heard that one in a while, man. That was exciting there. Frank Pavon, man. Respect. All right, Jay. You keep on. Jay's bringing the money in. Jay's making it rain over here with this phone call. Holy crap.
I'm trying my best, man.
Well, all right. So, Jay, I mean, listen, Tyron Woodley, you basically said everything about him that you can say. What do you think? What is his next fight?
You know what, man? If his next fight is Robbie Lawler, I'm okay with it considering where the division is right now, because there really is nobody. Masvidal was on the rise before Damian Maia choked him out, so he's got to start over. Stevie Thompson lost the champion twice, so he has a long way to go. Really, if you look at welterweight, like somebody mentioned before, I believe we do need some rising contenders, because at this point, Robbie is the only one that kind of makes sense. I can't think of anyone else. Based on current resumes, I can't think on anybody else.
There's no one there. There's seriously no one there. It's amazing when you look at it. You don't realize that everyone's been done already. I mean, even going like 6 fighters in, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. You have a guy that's probably at number 6 or 7 that could get a title shot the way the things worked out. So Robbie Lawler is the only option. I agree. All right. Any final thoughts, Jay?
My final thoughts, man. As far as the fight with Brock Lesnar and Jon Jones goes, at first I was nervous about it, but when I really had a chance to think about it, I would have to say I think Jon Jones can actually take Brock Lesnar, and it's mainly because Brock Lesnar is a pussy-ass farm boy that doesn't like getting hit in the face. If you all remember, Alistair Overeem fucked him up and made his livers in the sorbet and shit when he kicked him in the fucking stomach. Cain Velasquez made him do a twirly dance before he knocked him the fuck out. Brock Lesnar is a guy that does not like to get hit in the face. So my last point is, put money on Jon Jones. Brock Lesnar is fucked.
There you go. All right, Jay Smooth, the 6th man with the call. Thank you for the call, my friend. All right, that was Jay Smooth jumping in. How about that? Jay Smooth dropping knowledge. And yeah, Brock Lesnar versus Jon Jones. It looks like that is going to happen. I mean, why would it not happen? Why would it not happen? Now, the MMA Hour has begun. The link is down in the description if you want to just teleport yourself over there and knock yourself out. We're going to go a couple more minutes and then wind this show down. Kudos to the donations, but more importantly, check out what's going on over here in this chat room. On fire. And we got 2241 over here. Guys, if you're not subscribed to the MMA-Holes, come back, subscribe, hit that bell, get those notifications, because we do 3 shows a week. 3 live shows a week. And then during the fights, we do our fight buddies. So that is that. On Wednesday night, we will be talking about the giveaway. If you want to know about the giveaway, go to our last video and you could win. Well, you could win this painting over here. If you live in the U.S. or Canada, the Conor McGregor painting over here. Well, subscribe, like, and share the last video, the Fight Buddies video, UFC 214 Fight Buddies, and drop wonderful, wonderful in that chat. And that's that. A couple more comments from the chat. Let's see what we got over here. Chris, what tattoo are you thinking of getting on your chest? I do need one on my chest. I was thinking of getting a picture of, I don't know, I got to shave the hair off of it. But I do need one over here. I do need one. I want to get, here's the deal, guys. I'm going to fix this up over here. This arm is done. We're done over here. We're going to fix this up over here, and then we're going to go to the back. We're going to go to the back. Eventually the chest. Anyway. What was I going to say? Let's see a couple more comments and we'll wind this thing down. Remember the link in the description to the MMA Hour if you want to teleport over there. Remember, there's always 15 minutes of garbage and then a guest. So, just saying. MMA is fucking sport. Stop acting like WWF or some shit. Woodley is winning fights. That's all that matters, says Aaron Rodgers. So, Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers says this. So, there you go. MMA is a little different than your regular sport. It's a little bit different. Just saying. But I get your point. Mattman J Smooth, what the fuck? You're losing your mind, says Mattman. George says DC is on just wait, hold on. DC is on first, just called in. Did he really? All right, so there you go. Might want to see that one. Sub to TNGT, Team Nice Guy. All right, there you go. Jesse Bill Hill says, Adam Royal, that was such a good comeback. I almost cried. Donald J. Trump says, Gastelum is coming back to welterweight. Have him fight Magny, then Woodley. So there you go. Gastelum. God, I hope Gastelum can make weight over there. I really hope he can. Love watching that kid fight. I live in Mexico, says Brian Roger. Frank Pavon says, Aaron, UFC is about pay-per-view now. Barn Door says, John Jones and Brock Lesnar should get steroid waivers for this fight. Yes. I'm 100% on board. Yes, that's right, and so is Conor. I think that'd be fantastic. Roy both of those motherfuckers up, for sure. Darth Bane is shopping for pool noodles. All right. TNGT says, Mr. Chris knows his shit. Shout out to the MMA-Holes for having 10,000 times better setup than us. Well, there you go. Well, listen, it's not about competition over here. It's about having a little fun. That's all it is. This is a circus that we're running over here, but it all is because of this chat room over here. We run a chat. We read the chat. We love the chat. Unlike other MMA shows that like to put copyright strikes on smaller channels, just saying, we like to interact with you guys. That's what it's all about over here. So props to the peeps, to the holes, hanging with the boys. That's right. A couple more comments from the chat. I'm going to wind it down. Remember, in the description is the link to the MMA Hour, and I'll give you the hand. You can just go over there. Thanks for clearing it up. Love for all, says Jay Smooth. Frank Pavon says, I'm not a virgin anymore. I have a strike against my last video. I made... yeah, Frank, yeah. That's awesome. Frank, on YouTube, you need a little bit of... That's right. Dodge those strikes. Look at that. Frank Pavon with the copyright strike. You can fight it, though, man. There's so many bitches. There's so many bitches out there. It's insane. People get so butthurt. It's ridiculous. Adam Royal with your 7% cheap bitch. Fuck you and your precious George. What? Oh, gorgeous. You know what the fuck about Emma? Okay, good luck. Here we go. We have a subscriber. Shots. SN3_TV is now an MMA hole. Welcome to the fam. You are wonderful.
Wonderful.
That's right. 67 likes, and we had a good swole show today. Seriously, good stuff, guys. Always appreciate hanging with you guys. Let's see one more thing over here. Check it out. So, Frank Mir, Sergio Pettis. All right, he's headlining the Mexico fight card August 5th. Shane Burgos is undefeated at featherweight. He's going to be on as well. Kat Zingano, who I kind of want to have sex with a little bit.
Wonderful.
A little bit. If you would like to have sex with Kat Zingano, hit me with the ones in the chat. I kind of do. Tyron Woodley is ending it off on the MMA Hour, guys. So there you go. That's it. That's it right there. That is our Monday show. We will be live again on Wednesday night. I will be talking about the winner. If you're like, what winner? What are you talking about? Go back to the last video and follow the rules. Follow the rules. Drop wonderful, like, share, and be subscribed to the MMA Holes. And you could win yourself a swole thing. Painting. Frank Pavon, you crazy hoe. Brother Mattman. Black Jesus says, so many bitches out there. There is a lot of bitches out there. Everyone's butthurt. Big Joe's and Sons or Addicted to Ink. Hold on. Big Joe's and Sons or Addicted to Ink. I am addicted to ink. I don't know what's going on with the Big Joe's and Sons. Let's see. Michael Foley says, how much with Ariel Helwani talking about bad Dana White handled the Tyron Woodley situation? Yeah, we're going to hear about that. God, I hope Woodley... I don't know what Woodley could actually say to help his persona. I don't know what he can say, but I'll be watching intently and reporting back to the MMA holes. I will be reporting back to you guys. This shit isn't autistic enough, says Filthy George. Yeah, we were the last two streams, the last Fight Buddies, we were actually pretty normal for the most part. I don't like that. But at the end, there was a idiot that jumped in there, and we got a little crazy and cringy. Nobody in Brazil can watch the video I made. Fuck Brazil, says Frank Pavon. All right, so there you go.
Wonderful.
Fuck Brazil. Fuck them. Nobody in Brazil. No, fuck them all. You could always go autistic on Adam, says Jesse Bell Hill. King Your Mother's Ring says AIDS victim with an arrow down. Philly George, we ran out of autistic ammo. All right.
Wonderful.
MMA Fight Eye, what's up? Aye. How about that response on question? Luke Thomas question. MMA Fight. Oh, dude, that was great. With John Jones, is that what you're talking about? With John Jones, that was amazing. Alex, what's up? Alex Whelan says, what is this? Well, we are the MMA Holes. We're just doing a quick pre-show before the MMA Hour. Link in the description. Leave you over there to Ariel Helwani if you want to go hang out with him. We do weekly shows, and we do 3 of them. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Wednesday night we'll be live, 9 p.m. Eastern time, so subscribe, and we'll see you there. 50 cucks left to watch Ariel. That's all right. Well, that's the point, man. The point is actually to bring you guys over to Ariel. That's it. I don't give a fuck. Just go over there. Hang out with him over there, because I'll be over there too, so no hate. Please don't say autistic. It's a made-up disease by far. This is Brian Roger. Yeah, sis. Yeah. Autism is a drug. Okay, so see, now the room has officially got autistic. It just took a little bit amount of time. We had to get rid of a couple people. And the beauty of that is we've got 70 likes. So for one last time, let's play the song. Make 'em dance! One more dance for a diaper.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
Much respect to the subscribers, to the viewers, to the donations, and Alex Whelan. Well, there you go. His wonderful. Wise choice, Alex. Welcome to the group. Welcome to the muscles. Welcome to the mysticness of me. It is wonderful. We're looking to take over YouTube one fook at a time over here, right, Ghana? Yes, that's right. He's right there. So stay tuned for some more stuff. I love this shit. I have so much fun doing it, and it's always fun hanging with the boys. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Remember, in the description, check it out. In the description down below is the link to the MMA Hour. You could teleport yourself over there. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section. If you want to keep it going in the comments section and talk about the MMA Hour, because Ariel Helwani has no chat. So if you want to come back over here in this comment section and bullshit about the MMA Hour, I will be dipping in there and bullshitting with you guys about that. So keep the party going. Love to all the MMA holes, as Craig Lee would say. And always remember, don't be an a-hole, be an MMA hole.